Hey friends, happy Wednesday. I had to think a little bit about what day of the week it was. It's been a good week, crazy week, getting ready for a craft show this weekend. But welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Glue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Chalk Couture. So if you are looking for inexpensive, easy to use, easy to clean DIY projects and ideas, you are in the right place. So once you hop on tonight or on the replay later, I'm just taking off my bracelets because they're clanking. Say hi in the comments. Tell me where you are watching from, or if you're watching later, go ahead and put hashtag replay in the comments, and that will alert me that you have hopped on at a later date. I also want to let you know that I am live in 3 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform. Also, if you are watching from my private Facebook group, there is a permission link in the description of the video. If you click that link, you're just allowing StreamYard permission to pin your profile name and pic to your comment. You can choose not to click that link, but just know that your comment will show up as Facebook user in my comments. I will still interact with you. I will answer questions. I will say hi. I just may not know who I'm interacting with. So with that, let's go to the comments. I see that Nicole is on. Hello. And Jason is watching from the other side of the door. So if at any time you while you're watching, if you like this project and think that others should see it, if you wouldn't mind spreading the Chalk love around Facebook, that just means hitting that little share button. Also, if you wouldn't mind hearting the video and or giving it a thumbs up. If you do decide to spread the Chalk love, make sure you tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. So with that, let's go to I'm going to flip my camera. That's a lot of words to get through. So you've seen me do a similar project like this before. So I had this oval it was a stretched canvas. You can see the staples on the back, but as you can see, it had a hole in it. I bought it that way, thinking I could use it for something else. And we are going to use it for something else. So what I did is I ripped the canvas off. So I just cut along both sides of the staples and literally just pull the canvas off. And then I'm left with this nice, I believe it's kind of an MDF type of wood frame. So we're going to stain the frame with some chalk paste. And then because I need something on the inside, I found some thicker canvas in my stash. And I kind of ripped it to make the frayed edges. So it's going to go behind. And we'll trim the edges, and then we'll paste one of these 2 sayings on. And then I have a bunch of yarn, and we'll make some faux macrame fringe at the bottom. Hello, Miss Bonito. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. So I do need a little bit of your help, however. A couple things we're going to test out. So I have camel, moss, and papaya. I think it pretty much matches the yarn I had in my stash perfectly. But I need some help deciding if I should do, I don't know if Dune will show up on this frame. I doubt it. So we may end up having to do bark. So let's do that really quick. I was just going to use some watered down chalk paste, and let's test it out on the back. I doubt that Dune is going to show up, but you never know. So actually, let's just get a wipe out. I'm doing well as well. Just trying to get ready for this vendor event that I have on Saturday at the zoo. I should have a lot of stuff, which is no surprise. So if you're looking for Chalk Couture product, if you're looking for, I'll have mystery kits I'll have some bundles. I'll have some open or some transfers and paste singles. I have some ink tubs. I have all sorts of stuff. And then, of course, I'll have some finished goods as well. So I just have some, I forgot what that was, Dune on my wipe, whatever that thing is called. I think I like the color. I'm just afraid, yep, it's going to clash with that. So I think we will just do bark. And my bark is kind of thick. So let's bring this back. Just so I don't have to work so hard. So I need to add bark to my next order. For some reason, my bark always dries out super fast. Probably because I don't use it very often. So I'm just watering it down with a little bit of distilled water. And I'm doing that because if I add it back in and I've used distilled water, it won't hurt anything. So I just have it. It's disgusting. I just have it on a wipe. So we're just going to, and I don't really need to worry about the back, but that's where we're starting. This may not be dark enough either. So I'm just kind of faux staining with the paste and a wipe. It'll dry quick. I always try to do the back sides of my projects first because that way I don't have to go back and worry about them later. Not enough sap. I don't know. I get a little confused. Okay, so there's the back. Let's do the inside. Oh, while your bark dries out. I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know why it always, probably because I don't use it. Brown is one of those colors you don't use very often, at least I don't. I probably should. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna need to get another wipe. Benita says she's never painted with chalk paste and the baby wipe. It is working really well. It's kind of, well, I do have to water this down just because it's so thick, but it goes on really well that way. Ooh. And the nice thing is it still dries super quick. So better get the outside before I get too far. It's kind of messy, but luckily it's easy cleanup. But yeah, that's right, Benita, no brush strokes. She says she's used that method with paint before, just not the paste. I've done it a few times with the paste. The This is great if you're, if you don't have a lot of acrylic paint in your arsenal, but you want to base coat something, feel free to use the chalk paste. You've paid for it. Might as well get the best bang for your buck with it. And it's great if you, for some of those pastes that are a little thicker, you just use a wipe and wipe it on. Okay, so that's easy peasy. Now I just gotta clean up so I don't get brown everywhere. But yeah, no brush strokes. If it's too dark, you can come back in with even with a clean wipe. See, like right here, it's a little darker. Just come in and even it out with a little bit more. A little bit of water. All right, so let's clean this up so I don't get brown everywhere. Yep. Yeah, a lot of mine's drying out. If you don't use it regularly, it will dry up. Or if you don't clean the edges of your containers very well, which I don't, they'll kind of dry out a bit. But not as bad as they used to. They used to dry as hard as a rock. Let's get another wipe out because I'm going to be messy. Okie doke. So let's get this dry. Pull out my hair dryer. Oops. Missed a spot. Phooey. There's a few spots in there that are really dark and some that are not dark at all. I think that may have been from where I went over the edge. We'll see if just adding a little bit of moisture will take even a lot of that out. Ugh. It is super wet. Okay, so let's get this dried. You can see how quickly it dries. Okay, I'm going to let the rest of that dry naturally while we are working on the canvas portion. I'm going to pull, hopefully this isn't, I'm going to flip it this way. I know it's not completely accurate, but I'm just going to put a few tape marks where I know roughly where the edge of this is. That way I know. It's pretty close. Okay, so let's put that out of the way. I'm going to use paste on this project. You could use paste or ink. But because of this one, I don't have to worry about washing it or anything. It shouldn't get too dirty hanging on the wall. I'm just going to use paste. So I'm just using a sticky mat. We do have ink mats in my chalk site, but I'm cheating and using just a sticky mat for my cameo. So what this does is it stabilizes my fabric. It helps get some of those wrinkles out, and it's going to keep it, like if I was using something that's double layered, it keeps the ink from bleeding through to the other side of something else. And this is a 4-piece transfer. It's a size C transfer. I've just cut it in half. It is no longer available. My apologies. I don't do it very often. It's from the Autumn Sayings size C transfer from last year. And I think I'm gonna do the Fall is in the Air. But you can pick any. We have quite a few of those 4-up size C transfers. They work great for these kind of projects. So I'm going to find the middle. So I'm folding my design over roughly. I can see through it. I'm also just lining the edges up. And I'm going to pinch with my left hand to kind of find the center mark. So that leaves a little tiny crease right there. And then I can roughly find the center of my design. I can kind of use the 6-inch line on my 12-inch mat. And then as you notice, I'm not fuzzing this because I want it to stick as much to the fabric as possible. I'm going to go through and kind of burnish where that silkscreen material is. Okay, since this is my yarn, I picked out camel, moss, and papaya. It matches almost perfect with my yarn. And I think I'm going to do moss for the little vines. I think I'm going to do papaya for Fall and Air, and then we'll do camel is in the. So I just need a few squeegees. So we'll do that one for camel. I don't need a big one for. I'll use that one for moss. And then I'll get another one for papaya. Okay, so I'm just using my mini squeegee, and I'm going to dip it into the paste. And then I'm going to take my squeegee, and I'm lightly, because I don't want to squish the paste underneath my silkscreen transfer, I'm going to lightly drag that paste across the silkscreen area. Again, you could do this with ink as well, but since it's just a wall hanging, it's not like a pillow cover that I'm going to wash or a t-shirt. I can get away with paste. Once you hop on, say hi in the comments. Tell me you're here. Okay, so I'm going to pull this portion back just because I don't want that papaya paste to dry in my silk screen. I'm just going to dry it real quickly. I'm just going to lay it gently down, and then I'm going to reburnish where I still need to paste. So let's do the florals. So this is moss. This is one of the in vogue colors for the fall. So once it's gone, it's gone. And I'm just using a mini squeegee that I cut in half, so I can get into some of those little tighter places. So I'm just going to even out my squeegee lines. I can put the excess back in my jar. Let's do the camel really quick while we're there. So I'm kind of working in little smaller areas to keep my paste from drying. And then let's pull that up. Dry that just a little bit. Okay, let's do the last word. Get that good and burnished. Grab that squeegee again. This is papaya. Cut out all those squeegee lines. Put my excess back in. I'm just going to close up all my jars. Get those out of the way. And we can pull that all the way back. There we go. Let's get that dried, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean the transfers. I haven't done that for a while. Let's put that to the side. I'm going to bring in, so all you need to clean the transfers is just a water source, whether it be a tub like this or a utility sink, a kitchen sink. And then you need a, you don't need a board eraser, but they are super helpful. Jason says he loves those colors. So this bucket has a little bit of texture on the bottom, so I kind of like to just rub my transfer paste side down on the bottom of that, just to kind of get that some of the excess paste off. And then you're going to get your board eraser wet. So not only are these good for your boards, they're also good for your transfers. And I usually go from the middle to the edge, and I just go one direction. And you will notice, especially like the greens, the reds and the blacks, they do stain the green part of the transfer, but as long as you get that silk screen clean, the staining won't affect it. And then I flip it over because you can, there's a little bit of papaya stuck in. You can see the difference between fall and air. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to use my board eraser on the back side, and that releases any paste that might be still stuck in the silk screen. So now you can see the difference. There's still a little bit stuck in there. So these board erasers come 2 to a pack. They're, I think, about $3, $2.99 or something for a 2-pack. So I highly suggest that anytime you put in an order, that you add a pack or 2 of board erasers to your order. Oh, I'm gonna ruin everything. So I'm just going to take a disinfecting wipe to the back. Although I don't do this as much as I used to, but it kind of helps to get any little fuzzies. Even though I didn't fuzz this transfer, it was still on a piece of canvas, so there might be some canvas fibers stuck on it. And then I just leave it sticky side up and let it dry for about 20 minutes. And then you're going to put it back on its backer sheet and store it away because it is reusable about 8 to 12 times. Okie doke. So let's bring our frame back in. I hope it's dry. My hands are wet. So this was an oval stretched canvas. I ripped the canvas off because it was already ripped, so I just took it off. And with any stretched canvas, you're left with a frame. And then I used a wet wipe and some bark to kind of make it look a little darker. And it feels pretty dry. Okay, I think it's pretty dry. So then I'm going to bring in our piece of fabric. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to pull it up toward the top just a little bit. And then I was going to hot glue it. I guess I still could, but I prefer to staple it. So I'm going to get my other stapler out real quick. My apologies. I think this one has staples. It has big staples though. So I'm just going to get my staple gun. I think those will work. I'm going to put a towel down. I think let's. I just don't want to compromise my glass mat at all. So let's. And I'll trim off this edge part here pretty soon, but okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to flip it over. And I'm just going to feel where that edge is. I'm going to stand up so I can get some leverage. I'm just going to do one for now, and I'm going to pull it tight. Except I'm going to look one more time. So pull it kind of taut. Kind of feel for that edge. That didn't. Okay. And then I just keep feeling for that edge. And let's do this edge. It's easier to do a straight edge, a straight edge piece, but we'll come back and we'll pull there. just want to keep your eye on that inside edge. I like to get as close as I can to the edge. That way it doesn't pull right there. I think that'll work. This is probably overkill, but okay. Okie doke. That works. So I need to get my scissors. Put that away because we are done with that. So I'm just going to trim that excess off. I probably should have gone a little more toward the edge, but you can't even see what I'm doing. Hindsight, I should have trimmed that other edge a little differently, but it's okay. And then you can always, I have my glue gun heated up. So I'm just going to run, just so this doesn't flap so much. I'm just going to run a little bit of hot glue. And then use my multi-tool because it's silicone based. It won't melt and it won't burn my finger. And that'll keep that down. Works better than those. Yeah, I don't like taking those little finger glove thingies on and off, so get you a multi-tool. It works great. Okay, now for the fun part. See, that was easy peasy. And I think this canvas, it was literally a remnant. But you could use the banner or the pennant banners that I have in my chalk site. You could use those and cut them up. You can get some yardage fabric like duck cloth. So there's that part. It's really pretty. So then we have our yarns. So I picked these. I had all of these in my stash. So I think we'll do that. So we'll kind of go that way. And let me go get my I think this will work. I need something sturdy to wrap my yarn around. And while I'm on, so I've got my little quilting ruler, but on that same note, I want to show you. One, I'm not prepared, but have you all seen the new Chalk Couture tassel maker? I won't be using it tonight, but just wanted to let you know that it's out there. So you can do a 3.5, 4, 5, 6, and 7-inch tassel with the new tassel maker. But I got my hard ruler out. Hopefully this will work. So to make my macrame fringe, I think that'll work perfect. So I'm going to wrap my yarn. I'm sorry, this is probably going to be tedious. Another one of those things I probably should have done ahead of time. But I may not do all of it on camera. So just count how many times you're going to wrap it around. I'm just going to throw that on the floor. Don't pull too tight so you don't warp your whatever you're using to wrap around. And then one full wrap over the top and back to here will be one strand. So that'll kind of determine the thickness that you want. I probably should have been counting. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We'll go to 20, 17, 18, 19, 20. See how many that is. And I'm only going to cut off one spot down here at the bottom. And so here is our first grouping. So you're going to find your halfway point. So I found my halfway point, and I think it goes towards the back. I always forget this. Do a lark's. So you want to put your loop in the front. You want to take your tails toward the back, and then you're going to catch your tails through the loop. I think I did it right. And then you're just going to pull them tight. So there's one batch of tails. That's pretty good length. Okay, so let's take our next ribbon, our next yarn. Amanda says she needs that for zero reason and still wants one. When did you sneak on? Are you talking about the tassel maker? I love to make tassels. I make them for everything. Okay, so we're using our variegated ribbon or our variegated yarn next. So we did 20. 1, throw it on the floor. 2, 3, oops. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oops, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to do one more because I think I actually missed one. So I'm going to cut that there. Sorry, I keep getting out of frame. And then we're just going to cut that. I'm going to grab them all and cut that. You know, I don't quilt or sew. I know enough to be deadly, but this thing is the best thing ever. Okay, so we've got this. Kind of find your rough center. Put your loop on the front. Your tails go around to the back. Actually, I think I want my green next. Since this one has a little bit of variegation, I think we'll go variegated plain. Variegated plain, I think. And if you have any wild strands like this, you just kind of have to pull on them. Oh no. Or you can totally take it back off and do it again. So let's get all those straight. Catch your tails through your loop. And I'm not going to pull it too tight because I still need to add my green in. Okay, so let's grab our ruler again. So we're going to count 20 strands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Do an extra one for fun. Okay, so let's get everything straight. Find your center. These yarns are like the perfect match, and I didn't even have to go buy them. I just pulled them out of my yarn stash. So then let's squish all that together. And then we'll pull that one over. Get that one tight. That's what we have so far. Pretty. So then we'll go to this kind of this rust color. And again, we're going to need 20 strands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. I'm 13. I'm probably just making up numbers. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-ish. And then we'll cut that. And then we'll cut these. And then find your center. Make your loop. And then your loop's going to go in the front. Your tails are going to go in the back. And then you're just going to pull everything tight. And I've got some wild strands. Sometimes, those are some of the inside ones. Sometimes you can pull on individual ones. Just got to figure out which one's which. One of them didn't get looped through. Let's try that again. Try that again. Okay, loop on the front. Tails through the back. And pull them all forward. That's even worse. We'll fix that. Sometimes you can pull on this one. There, I found it. It's back there. So then pull on this one. See which one moves. That one. Okay. So I will do probably the rest off camera, but you get the gist. I don't think you really need to watch me do all those, but I think that is gorgeous together. So again, I used papaya, moss, camel, and papaya again. And this was just a simple stretched canvas that I ripped apart and made into a really cute little door hanger. I'll probably add some twine, and I may even paint some beads to match these colors. And that'll be the way that I hang it. So quick, less than 45 minutes. The longest part is cutting all the yarn and putting it on. But imagine that the rest of it, ooh, we went blurry. Imagine that the rest of it is finished. So it's just going to kind of hang like that. It's really pretty. And you can make yours longer. I kind of like the short ones. It just kind of depends. Okay, Jason says he loves it. I do want to show you. Okay, it's the 4th. I'm checking. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of something that's coming out tomorrow. I don't know the price. I don't know much about it, but some of my fellow designers got a sneak peek of it at our couture tours this week. And so without further ado, check this out. It is a chunky shaped nativity scene. So it comes with the wood. They call it a box. It's actually a creche. So you get the nativity creche. You get 11 wood cutouts. You get 2 D-size transfers. You get a jar of gold paste, and you get the adhesive sticker for the star. So I'm super excited about that. That comes out tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. So that would be 10 a.m. Central Time. Let's go back to my comments. Amanda says cute. Benita says adorable. Such a great mixture of textures. Okay, let me show you a few more things. If you're going to be in the Salina area this Saturday, I will be at the Rolling Hills Zoo for the Wild About Crafts Sip and Sell Craft Fair. There'll be quite a few vendors. I believe there's a $5 admission fee. It's from 5 to 9. I will have finished goods. I will have mystery kits. I will have a few bundles that includes a transfer, a surface, and a paste single. I'll have individual transfers, individual paste singles, ink, a few surfaces, and then it should be, whatever your little heart desires, I should have it on my table. And then just a reminder, color of the month is Napa, and I would imagine this one is going to sell out quick because it's a really pretty kind of secondary Christmas color. The Club Couture transfer and paste singles for this month, you get, I think it's called Forever Thankful. You also get the oval chalk shape, and then you get 3 paste singles, Bark, Cadet, and Shimmer Copper. So that is the Club Couture bundle for the month. If you're looking at getting started with Christmas shopping, this would be the month to do it because Transfer Palooza is back. So you can if you buy 3 transfers, you get 1 free. So if you add 4 transfers to your cart, you'll get the least expensive for free. So if you buy 8 transfers, you'll get 2 for free, and so on and so forth. If you're a Club Couture member, then you also can use the Transfer Palooza to get your cart to $100. And then once you spend $100, you get a free 9x12 London frame. Excuse me, which I also found out is magnetic. Sorry, excuse me. Whew. And you get a package of board erasers. So if you're a club member, use the Transfer Palooza to boost your cart to $100. And then you also get a free London frame and a package of board erasers. So in a couple fell swoops, you could have a bunch of Christmas shopping out of the way. We'll go back to comments. Amanda says she's so sorry that she'll miss it. I have 6 B-size mystery kits available. So it comes with a mystery B-size transfer, so you don't know what you're buying. It comes with a double-sided chalkboard and an ink or a paste single and a squeegee. And if I don't sell any of those, then I will offer those in my private Facebook group. So be looking probably the week after that show. If there's any left, then I will post them up for sale there. Amanda said, bless you. And Bonita said, bless you. Thank you. Sorry, those kind of snuck up on me. I did not mean to sneeze on air. So with that, I'm going to hop off for the evening. I have a few more things to try to get done. But other than that, I feel pretty confident about this weekend, and I'm ready to spread some chalk love myself. With that, I'm going to hop off. I hope you all have a great week and a great weekend. And thanks so much for watching. See you later.